I'd like to start this video by thanking all of you that commented and participated in the giveaway from the last video. There were 157 entries, out of which 19 of you guessed both motorcycles correctly. I made a list of all entries and used random.org to decide a winner, so it was fair. Congratulations Yash Shah. You've won yourself a Mi Pocket speaker. Do drop me a DM on Instagram or an email so I can have the speaker shipped to you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are at Igatpuri on our way to Nasik. This is the Anzen Suzuki V-Strom 650. That is the India Benelli TRK 502X. Rahul, aka Kitties with Lasers, and I am your host, OGF. We're heading to Nagpur, which is about 15 hours from where we are currently, and we are ambitious about how long it would take us to reach there. Stick with us, this is going to be an interesting one. Now, I haven't been vlogging since the start of today's ride because, well, it's been dark and no one wants to really see a dark vlog. Sun's finally out, so there's something to see in the vlog, and that's why we started. Igatpuri is, according to Google Maps, about 15 hours away from the center of Nagpur. That's what Google Maps will always default to, the center of the place. And we've been talking to some of the truck drivers around here. They said that taking the Nasik road to Dhule and then directly to Nagpur is our best bet of getting there as early as possible. We've been weaving in and out of traffics, mostly made up of these interstate trucks. But it's been a fun ride so far with these two adventure sport tourers. That's the term to be used for them. The last time I did this ride was with my KTM RC390 Rage, and it took us close to about 20 to 21 hours to reach our destination. Of course, the temperatures today are gonna rise like crazy a little later in the day. We're expecting about 41 degrees. That's what Nagpur has been like in the last few days. But we're going to try and make up as much time as possible when we have this kind of, well, humid but cold nevertheless weather, and we're going to try and reach our destination as soon as possible. The goal, as always though, is to enjoy the ride, and enjoy we shall. It's been a while since I've done a long ride. I'm going to make the most of it. Alright, we made our first stop here at Nasik, which is just about 4 hours into our ride. Rahul had to visit the washroom, but don't make fun of your friends who visit the washroom during rides. It's important that you take care of your personal health while traveling. Don't make fun of your friends, especially if you can hear their farts all the way over here. Jokes aside, we are making good progress with these motorcycles, and yeah, we owe it pretty much all to these motorcycles. The Benelli 502X, TRK 502X that is, and the Suzuki V-Strom, which is at the back over there. We've come across a few rumblers and a few patches of bad roads, but nothing serious just yet. After Dhule and between Amravati and Dhule is really where the road starts to get bad. So we're looking to make the most of these adventure tourer, sports adventure tourer motorcycles on those roads. I'm not really sure at this point in time how long it will take us to reach Nagpur. Google Maps says about 13 and a half hours or so. It could be longer though, because we'll be stopping to have lunch and dinner, I'm thinking, on the way also. So yeah, and a few water breaks also. Sun's not really completely out just yet. You can see back there it's still relatively cool, and hopefully it stays that way. Alright, we're going to gear up and get back on these motorcycles, and I'll catch you on the flip side. See ya. Sun seems to be out finally. 8 o'clock in the morning now. We are 90 kilometers away from Dhule, and this is the site ahead of us. It's getting a little windy while it's not hot, but there's a lot of wind blowing from the left to the right, and that's causing us to have to slow down. I'm not sure how long this will go on for, but considering there's open fields on both sides of the road right now, it is inevitable. We were hitting speeds of maybe 120, 130 earlier, but ever since this wind started blowing through, we've had to drop our pace down considerably. I think this area should give us a little more cover through the Ghats and yeah, allow us to go a little faster than we were. Alright, we've completed 300 kilometers. Rahul is just fueling up the Benelli. It's not reached reserve just yet, but he's still filling up just to be on the safe side. I had filled a little earlier in the ride, so don't need to be filling the V-Strom anytime soon. We just noticed that the wheel size and the tire width on both motorcycles are pretty much the same, which is interesting considering how kind of different they perform. The power on the Benelli, Rahul says, is hidden up top, whereas this thing makes a lot of power in the lower revs. Dhule is about 45 kilometers ahead from here, and we're supposed to take a right over there and then head towards Nagpur or Amravati first and then Nagpur after that. We're told that this is a national highway until we reach Dhule, and then once we take the right, it's a 2-lane road, which people think shouldn't be a problem for motorcycles, but if you've been riding on our roads, you pretty darn well know it is. Alright, it's 10 o'clock now. We've passed Dhule, and there was a right turn which Google Maps was asking us to take to go from Dhule to, I believe, Akola. I can't remember the name of the place, but then Akola and then Amravati. But the moment we took that right turn, we realized it was a 2-lane road, and it wasn't exactly a highway, so we decided to switch back onto the national highway so that we don't have to deal with a lot of traffic and horrible roads. At least here we're guaranteed with good roads and traffic that's constantly moving and allowing us to move through, more importantly. According to the signs we've been seeing on the road, Nagpur is about 502 kilometers away from where we are, so if we continue going at this speed, we should be there pretty soon. But yeah, with this heat, I think it's just a matter of time before we get tired and start to take more breaks than we were taking earlier.
Now, we did our best to take the most capable motorcycles for this ride and planned our route based on the information we were able to gather in the days leading up to the ride. But while we did plan for the weather, the temperatures we experienced during the ride wasn't what we expected. Fortunately, this time around, the gear I had was well equipped to deal with the heat. If you're planning a ride in similar weather, this is protective riding gear I'd definitely recommend. The Rhinox Storm Evo jacket. Stylish, has big mesh panels at the front and back, and allows a ton of airflow through. It also comes standard with level 2 armor in the shoulder, elbow and back, and can accommodate CE level 1 armor in the chest. Reflective panels on the chest, arms and back helped keep us visible at night even when the roads weren't well lit. The jacket also comes with rain and winter liners, which I removed for this ride. The Rhinox AirTex pants. Just like the jacket, these had mesh at the front and back to allow air to flow through easily. They accommodate Nox level 1 armor that covers your knee and shin and can be upgraded to have armor inserted in the hips too. It comes standard with rain and winter liners also. The Rhinox Inferno Pro gloves. It has TPU protectors in the knuckle and the fingertips, metal meshed back vents on the finger, and perforated leather allowed for air to flow through the gloves and then into the jacket. The gloves are also touchscreen friendly, so you can operate your phone while still wearing them. There's also a couple of more items that helped keep me cool during the ride. I'll share more about that later.
Just done with the fuel stop, and we're now back on a full tank. The motorcycle has completed about almost 400 kilometers, and 16 liters of fuel went into the bike. According to the details on the display right now, I'm getting an average of about 21 kilometers, and that's really nice for a 650cc V-twin. The heat is starting to pick up right now. It's about 44 degrees according to the information I have on the display right now. But honestly, it doesn't feel that way because of the vest that I'm wearing, the Bikarati vest, and I think more because of the 6S base layer that I'm wearing inside my jacket. Of course, this Rhinox jacket also provides a good amount of ventilation once you remove the rain liner and the thermal liner. So I think I made the right decision when it came to gear, at least for this Nagpur ride. Thank you, thank you. Haan. Alright, now just done with lunch, which we were initially never planned on having, but since we were doing well on time, we decided to take it.
Continue on National Highway 52 for 19 kilometers.
Yeah, but after we spoke with the locals who were there, who joined us when we were having our lunch, they pretty much told us that the road which we were planning on taking isn't the best road to take. First reason being that the road isn't done up really well, and the second and the most significant reason being that it's not very safe. Apparently there's a lot of thieves that thrive on that road. People throw nails on the road and whatnot, and there's a guard section apparently where there's people just waiting for outsiders to come so that they can rob them. I don't know how far any of that is true, but one of these guys here was a local, and he said that the road which we had taken last time, Ralph and I, was actually better than what it was previously. So we're heading back about 19 kilometers, I think, according to Google Maps, and we're going to be taking that road instead and heading to Nagpur.
A few moments later.
Where the f have we reached?
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
Man, I'm really starting to hate Google Maps right now. This looks like some place Ashish Rao Rani would be training in. Absolutely no one around here. Big bikes in the small village, and a crowd appears. This is like a scene right out of Mad Max.
ऊपर नीचे क्या होता है?
पूरा settings change कर सकता है इसमें.
पूरा setting.
हाँ. We've got the V-Strom and the TRK 502X with us, and we'll be heading to the Motor Rush show in Nagpur for the meetup.